Nope. It's like, it doesn't seem impossible, but it's like, it's definitely harder than the thumb around. Ugh. Yeah, so I'm gonna work on that. And as we do that, we're gonna talk about Animal Crossing. What up, everybody? Hey! Not gonna use this one, and we're not gonna use this one. We're gonna use these two. The funny thing is, like, you're gonna see 2 more videos before this one, but I did take like a week off even before you got to see those 2. But that's because I got sick, and like we filmed some, and then I didn't get a chance to edit them because I was sick. That's and right. I'm still a little bit like, my nose is still...
Can confirm she was very sick.
I was very sick. So I didn't edit those 2, that's why there was a gap, and now we're back. I wish that I could have said that we were back in the last 2, but I filmed them before I got sick. Anyway, timelines are confusing. Speaking of timelines, we're going to talk about Animal Crossing today because it's literally all I can think about.
T-minus how many days?
19.
19 days.
But only 18 if you count the fact that it comes out at night the day before that it comes out.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yes.
I'm so excited.
Can confirm she is also excited. She has been talking about nothing but Animal Crossing.
I've been talking about nothing but Animal Crossing. It's so funny. Before we jump into talking about Animal Crossing, I'm just going to give you a little update on what I've been practicing. I have been working on pen spinning quite a bit because it's so easy to practice, and I love that. Even more than like cardistry, because cardistry just goes everywhere. That will be the next practice, don't worry. I got some new mods. Look at all my mods.
Ooh.
I know. I got new mods. These are from UXZ Pen Store. There's a link to their Etsy and eBay in the description, so you could go get some. They spin way better than this. I understand now why everyone in the comments was mad at me for using that. We don't want that anymore. I have been working on this one, which is, I still don't know the name of. This is like the original one. I've gotten better at it, I think. I've also been working on it on my left hand. Much less good, but still pretty good. Then I have the extended one. Also don't know the name of that.
Can we make up names? Perry's Pineapple.
Is that the extended one?
Yes.
Sweet. Perry's Pineapple. What's this one? Perry's something else?
Man.
Perry's Banana? That sounds gross.
Oof.
We're not gonna do Perry's Banana.
Where's your mind at?
I don't know. It's on Animal Crossing.
Are there banana trees in Animal Crossing?
No.
What if there are?
Okay, so real fast, before we jump into Animal Crossing, I want to tell you the tricks I'm working on so that I can just work on them while we talk about Animal Crossing. So Perry's Pineapple, and then whatever the other Perry trick is. And then I've also been working on the finger pass, which I've gotten much better at. Look at that. Let's cut the first day of that trick.
1, 2, 3, 4.
And how much better this is.
And that one's called Perry's Pass?
No.
Wait.
It's called finger pass.
Finger Pass.
Yeah, I can't do it with my left hand at all. I mean, like, I'm working on it. And then I started learning the shadow, which I am better at despite not being able to do it.
It's my personal favorite.
Dang it. Come on. Like, I can get this one pretty regularly. I haven't warmed up. That's why we're...
This is the warm-up / practice.
Yes. So, haha, the shadow.
There you go. Favorite one. Go.
Pow. And then there's the thumb around, which is great, and I already knew how to do. And then there was one more. Oh, the infinity I practiced last time. And I also realized I was doing it wrong. So I fixed it. The difference was I was not coming around and going through these fingers. I don't know if you care, but I wasn't doing that right. But now I can do it. It feels super, like, satisfying. I love that trick. Like, this one is a particularly good feeling kinesthetic trick. Like, it feels like you're in control, and it's great. So, I learned that one, and today I'm going to practice some new ones that I have looked up earlier today. I think it's called the extended thumb around, where you thumb it around and then you come around even more. So it's like I can't do it. So we're gonna work on that.
Oh no, you got really close on the first try.
It's like, it doesn't seem impossible, but it's like, it's definitely harder than the thumb around. Ugh. Yeah, so I'm gonna work on that. And as we do that, we're gonna talk about Animal Crossing!
And that is what is the best thing ever!
It's the best!
Ooh, is KK Slider.
Okay, so we should start from the very beginning. Let's start from the very beginning. It's a very good place to start.
Dark and Stormy Night.
Do you even know what movie that's from?
I have no idea what movie that's from.
Damn.
I can't see
One of the
everything.
You've seen this movie. It's one of the best movies ever.
Hocus Pocus?
No.
Let's start at the very beginning.
It's The Sound of Music.
Oh, I've totally seen Sound of Music.
Of course you have, because you're not a cretin. If you haven't seen The Sound of Music, go see The Sound of Music.
Yes, it's actually like a classic.
It's amazing. It's about Nazis. It's great. So, Animal Crossing. Hi, I did it. Okay. Yes. Animal Crossing is a delightful game. It's the perfect game. It started back in Japan, but then on the N64, but then at some point was finished for American or Western audiences on the GameCube. So that was where most of us experienced it for the first time.
So is this a game where you run around and shoot animals in the face?
No, that's Duck Hunt.
That's Duck Hunt.
Yeah.
Or most other games.
Or, yeah, pretty much anything now. Animal Crossing is a delightful little game where you are a little villager. You are so cute.
And you shoot things.
No.
You don't shoot anything.
You can shoot a balloon to give you a present. That's the only thing I think you can shoot. It's with a, what are those called? Slingshot. It's with a slingshot. Animal Crossing is like if your sweet old grandma designed a game that was perfect, it would be Animal Crossing. There's no...
It's like, I just want people to spend time with in my old age.
It's really just like, it was developed as a way to like be social in a really nice setting. It's like the most calming game in the world. You're a little person and you come into a village full of little animals and for some reason you are the only human. And they point it out and kind of make fun of you for it. At least in the earlier games. They don't as much anymore, but apparently it's coming back, Dan said.
Yeah. One thing that I know about Animal Crossing, because I'm much less experienced than Taylor,
True.
who's killing this trick,
I'm not.
is that it's the villagers will be mean to you until you get to know them better by spending time with them and doing things for them.
It's okay, so that's kind of the appeal of the game, right? So let's continue explaining the game if you've never heard of it. It's you move into this village. You're given a house by a little raccoon who's a little greedy. His name is Nook.
Yeah.
And
you're perpetually in debt, right?
Yeah, you're in debt to him for like ever. Every time you pay off your debt, he goes, here's a new house with more things and more debt. And so you basically spend the game paying off your debt. Which is just like real life, but more fun, and I did it. That was awesome. Nope. And yes. The way that you pay off debt is by doing like little chores and for like the villagers and yourself. You can go fishing, you can catch bugs, you can dig up fossils, you can also just go around and talk to the villagers who each have their own unique personalities, and then the villagers will give you tasks and they'll ask you to like, go get that thing that I lent to so-and-so, or like, go find me 5 apples, and
I know that sometimes you'll find like a diary in the woods. And then you'll have to read the diary to find out who it belongs to and then return it to them.
Or even just an item. Like, it'll be like a lost item.
They'll mention it in a conversation and then you'll come across it and you have to remember.
It's really
like
great.
They're your friends.
Exactly. And then it also gives you the ability to go visit other people's towns and like wirelessly and go see what they're doing. And there's also items that you can collect. You can change your clothing. You can decorate your house. There's like, for completionists, it's like a really fun game because there's a museum, you can donate, instead of selling the fossils and the bugs and all that, you can donate them. It's really It's a fantastic game, and it started on the GameCube. Did you play the GameCube version?
I did not play it until the 3DS version, which is New Leaf.
You didn't play until New Leaf?
New Leaf was my first Animal Crossing.
Wow, New Leaf was the latest.
Yes. But latest as in New Leaf is like 6 years old.
8
years old.
So this is how it went. GameCube, which was just very simple and awesome. It was a very humble game. And then they came out with, what was the next one? Wild World, I think, which was on the DS. I'm pretty sure it was on the DS, which was like interesting because it added like touch controls and cool things like that. Definitely was a downgrade in graphics, but you could take it anywhere, so it was great. And they added a few features and characters, and then they came out with the Wii version.
That was City Folk.
Yes. So then the Wii version was really a cool step up and added like a city. I think it's kind of arguably like the least favorite game though for some reason. The city was a little confusing, and I kind of understood why people didn't love it. I think I played that one the least. And then a couple years later they came out with the 3DS version, which was New Leaf.
Yep.
And New Leaf was just great.
Yeah, New Leaf was
arguably the
like
best one.
Everything the game.
Yeah, and like they added a ton of characters. They added things like a coffee shop, and so that's a little bit of the history of Animal Crossing. But like, if you've never played it before, explaining the appeal of this game, like it might sound really stupid when I'm explaining it.
Yeah.
But it's fantastic.
Well, I mean, it's an interesting game because it's so different and it's so popular, but there hasn't been one in the modern age.
No.
So you're talking, it's been years and years and years since the last one, and the last one was on a handheld system. So, you know, this is the first real step up.
Well, and that's kind of, I
version.
think, the interesting thing about it is they've always released one on every console. The only console they missed was the Wii U because they basically, I think, started to do it, and then they were like, the Wii U is a bust. We're not going to waste the game on this.
Yeah.
And so it's been like an incredibly long time since we've been at Animal Crossing. I was realizing that's like since I've been like an adult, basically. New Leaf came out when I was like just allowed to drink. And now I'm like an adult. And so I just feel like a lot has changed in my life.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to have it back.
You'll see all your friends again.
Oh, we forgot to say like the best part about this game. And that's the fact that it has a real world clock.
Oh, yes. It's tied to the world you currently live in.
Yeah. So if it's 8 o'clock here, it's 8 o'clock in the game. If it's winter here, it's winter in the game.
Your birthday
Your
is
birthday
represented
is
in
a
the game.
is a holiday.
Yeah, New Year's, Christmas, all the holidays.
Yeah. And there's events for those holidays. There's also things like you can only catch certain bugs at certain times of day or certain seasons. So it makes you feel real. And I think that's really the appeal of the game is that it's a second life, right?
You really have to literally wait till winter to catch these certain things.
But it didn't care. Like, I think that's the whole point of the game is it's supposed to feel like a more accessible, calming version of your real life. You do have debt, but it's like there's no interest. It's not.
I know, they're just like, it's like, see how much better this is in the real world?
It is.
No
it's
interest.
But it also is teaching you very real skills, I think.
Yeah, it does.
It has really good lessons underneath it. And I think for like some people like myself who experience like depression sometimes and go through anxiety and everything, it really helps reinforce positive behaviors out of it, I think. Like the idea that just come in every day and do a little bit. It's not a game you can like power through. You can't speed run Animal Crossing.
There's no speed run. It's actually
just like life.
It's like we're waiting and waiting and waiting to play it, and you're gonna have about 2 hours worth of stuff to do, and it's like, see you tomorrow.
Yeah, and that's like the benefit of the game is it kind of teaches you like patience. It teaches you to slow down. It teaches you like it reinforces coming back every day versus like spurting something. And I think that spurting is a good word. Don't look at me that way.
I didn't make a face.
So I think it really reinforces like healthy habits that way. It also encourages you to like check in with people and see how they're doing and listen and help each other.
That's the real lesson, is be there for your friends. You know, when they invite you to their birthday party, show up.
Yeah, in the game. It's like there's a
game.
benefit, and half the time the benefit is only that they're just nicer to you.
Yeah, they'll be nicer to you. They may give you stuff occasionally.
Yeah, it's just like real life.
Yeah.
Like
They'll be happy to see you, like visibly happy with the way that they talk in the game. It's really
it's
kind of
subtle
incredible.
and beautiful, and like certain ones open up more about certain things. Like it. And, you know, I think some people might be listening and think, like, well, why would you want that if you could do that in real life? Or if anything, it's like...
But can you do that in real life?
Well, yes, you can. But I think for a lot of people, like, I think people that would say that are naturally maybe more extroverted or don't have social issues. And on one hand, I think you could look at Animal Crossing and be like, oh, it's just enabling you to not go outside and do things with real people. But
Right.
I actually think it does the opposite. I think it teaches you how to do that in a very subtle way. It's
Speaking of that, this game has a huge social feature. They're
Yeah.
blowing it open for the first time, whereas before you could play with other people, but it was very, very limited.
yeah, it wasn't great.
Now they're apparently focusing on it so you can live in this better world with your friends.
Yes, like it's really encouraging going and visiting other people. You can like communicate with them in an interesting way. They have an app on your phone that allows you to like talk to them.
Yeah.
I mean,
And create custom textures to use in the game so you can represent yourself. I mean, like, it's
and
real
it's
crazy.
very inclusive this year. For the first time ever, like things like gender don't matter as much.
Yeah, gender is fluid in the game.
Yeah, in the past, like you had to pick a gender and you were stuck with it, and it determined how you could look. You know, if you wanted short hair, you could only do that if you were a male. If you wanted a certain like body type, you could only do that if you were a male. Certain clothing was also determined a little bit. Like it was like how it looked was slightly different on you. The way people interacted with you was a little different based on a boy and a girl, which was
Yeah.
dumb beyond
Yeah, which was like,
measure.
oh, it's
a little bit too much like real life almost.
Yeah.
Well, they would just say stuff like, yeah, dude, and yeah, bro, and like, as opposed to like, yeah, lady. Like, it's just,
Yeah.
it was just a little too, like, no matter what your opinions are on gender or gender fluidity, it's like at the end of the day, it's great that Animal Crossing is,
Yeah.
like, that Nintendo is making an effort to try to be inclusive, to allow you to look and feel however you want in the game. Like, why does it really matter?
Well-
If you want to be traditional, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to.
Yeah, and not only that, but truthfully, it plays like a social simulator. Like it's teaching you, how to be more social, how
It
to
really
how to
is.
interact with people, how to help and be
How to be
beneficial.
kind and how to like contribute to your community. And this one just has so many things in it that you can do that are gonna be amazing. I'm
How's your-
so excited.
How's your trick going?
I'm like able to do it, but it's not smooth. I can do it sometimes. It's like thumb around, good. Thumb around into. Yeah, I'm really pumped about Animal Crossing. It's gonna be great. I'm like really obsessed with it.
Yeah.
I've been watching all the videos. I've been talking nonstop about it. I have the soundtrack on my phone. It's relaxing. So, gives you an idea of what the game feels like. There's no punishments. There's no, like, it doesn't hurt you if you don't help anybody. It doesn't
right.
hurt you if you don't do something.
Although they are a little saucy at you when you are gone for a long time
A
and you come
little
back
bit.
and they're like, "You've been gone for 186 days.
We missed you!
Where have you been?"
But it's it doesn't like actually, it's just like real life. Like it doesn't like severely punish you. I don't know. It's a great game. Yeah, so we do have a theory that
Yes.
we haven't, I mean, I'm sure somebody on the internet has talked about it, but
Yeah.
nobody we've seen has, and I've watched a lot of videos.
Yeah.
So in the very first reveal trailer, which came out, what, a year and a half ago?
Yeah, it was a while ago. It's
Oh,
over.
maybe a year ago.
It's got to be at least a year.
Yeah, because the game was supposed to come out last year.
Yes.
Don't get me started on that.
Originally, we announced this title as a 2019 release. We must ask you to wait a little longer than we thought.
No! No! No!
I do appreciate Nintendo respecting work-life balance. But, so the game came out, and it started with Nook, the raccoon, like there's like a power thing, and he's like
Yeah, the
banging the light
The light flickers, and he like bangs his desk.
to fix it, and then he starts in on a spiel. And the funny thing is, like, Dan and I instantly looked at each other and were like, "Does this game, is that part of the story? Is there some thing about power and how you have to..."
Power in what we thought immediately was like a CityWorks project.
Yeah, we think, and we still kind of think that eventually you have the ability to create some sort of power infrastructure.
Yeah, and you know, there were city aspects in previous games, none of which have been represented in this game in any sort of trailer.
Nothing they are showing implies that there's going to be that.
Except for one trailer that it showed like these really dope power line things.
Yes.
Which of course made us think immediately after going back to the flickering light was, man, there's going to be some like large scale CityWorks to like really transform.
Well, and the only thing I'm worried about with that is like I don't necessarily want power lines running through my city.
Yeah.
Like what, so it's like, it's interesting that they would, if they do that and it's mandatory, what the benefit is. I still think maybe there is something with like if you do create maybe like an infrastructure for cities, then you open up like a new island or something that's city based.
Well, I'm thinking like you potentially open up the ability to like wire together like a power grid.
Yeah.
When you could really start to customize your town with like really incredible external lighting options. Yeah, because there is a plane, and then also we were just like, well, you just take a plane to like the city island.
I still think that's
something
at the very least. But it is really weird that like they made this deal about this power thing.
Yeah, like
unless
why?
It might have just been to imply that on an island, like you're starting from scratch. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it does seem like at the very least there is going to be some mention of power. Whether or not that's like at the very beginning and he's like, oh, you know, we can't use lights yet, and at some point you just unlock it.
Yes.
Or if you have to build.
Or it's a tier of customizable options that give you like, I don't know, just leveling up the game, because you do notice that the shovels and the pickaxe and all the things have multiple tiered versions, taking you all the way up to being able to manipulate the terrain.
And I just don't understand why, like in that trailer, why they would have a power line. Like, why would you choose to decorate your town with a power line? It just, like, it doesn't seem like something I would pick unless it was somehow helping the game.
Yeah.
But maybe they just thought there's a couple.
We could be completely crazy, but
I just think, and nobody seems to be talking about it.
I don't feel like Nintendo would have the light flicker on Nook's desk for no reason.
I think Nintendo is very intentional, and the fact that that was the first thing they showed was like interesting.
Yeah.
But super excited about it. I think it's going to be great. I am going to obviously keep practicing and doing Taylor tries, even though Animal Crossing is going to take up most of my time. Should I start streaming, you think? Like, I've streamed a little bit in the past on Twitch. Let me know if you would be interested in watching Animal Crossing.
Or YouTube, like what platform do you guys watch on?
That's a good question. Like, if I streamed here on YouTube, would you watch it? Just popped my neck. It was weird.
Nice.
And if I did stream, which would you prefer? Twitch, YouTube? Let me know. And of course, we should have a secret code word as we've been doing.
Yes.
It has to be Animal Crossing related.
It has to be Animal Crossing.
Let's just do Nook. N-O-O-K.
Nook.
Nook, which is the name of the raccoon. So if you made it this far, leave me a comment with Nook. I'll give you a special thank you heart. Thank you so much. And thank you to all the people on my Patreon who support me, all the members of my Otter Club. If you want to be a member of the Otter Club, please go do that. It's only $2 a month. You help me out a lot, and you get some bonus features that not everyone gets. Woohoo! Let me try this one more time, and then we're gonna sign off. Nope.
Ooh.
That counts.
Ooh.
It's not pretty, but I got it. Yay! All right, I'm gonna go listen to Animal Crossing. Bye!
Bye!
Do 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 do.